नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। आप सभी को राधा स्वामी सिटीवेब में आप सभी का स्वागत है। संत महात्माओं ने बहुत बड़ी बात कही है, कर्म और कृपा दोनों ही जरूरत है, इसीलिए हमेशा गुरु चरणों में अरदास रखें। राधा स्वामी सत्संग व्यास के सवाल जवाब सत्र कार्यक्रम में प्रमुख गुरु बाबा गुरिंदर सिंह ढिल्लों जी से श्रद्धालु मन में आए हर उस प्रश्न को करते हैं जिनका जवाब ज्ञानी किताबों में नहीं मिलता, लेकिन बाबा जी बहुत ही सरल तरीके से जवाब देते हुए श्रद्धालुओं के मन की शंकाओं को दूर करते हैं। यहाँ सवाल जवाब सत्र के कुछ महत्वपूर्ण अंश RSSB के ऑफिशियल चैनल से लिए गए हैं। अगर आपको ये पूरा वीडियो देखना है तो उसका लिंक भी हमने आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में दिया है। देखिए आज के कुछ महत्वपूर्ण अंश।
Radha Swami Babaji, thank you very much for this opportunity. Babaji, the mind seems to trouble a lot, whether it's during meditation or during the rest of the day. It seems like a very potent enemy right now, and I'm just wondering if, it could be more of a good friend.
Kabir Sahib in his Bani has said, Kabir man to ek hai, paave jahan lagaye, paave gur ki bhakti kar, paave vishay kamaye. So it's not that we have two minds, there is only one mind. Hazur used to say that if you channelize the mind, it's the best friend you can have. And if the mind is not in your control, it's the worst enemy you can have. So beta, we have to see who's in charge. Do you want to be in charge all your life, or do you want others to ring the bell and you have to run? So we have to learn to control the mind, beta, to do what we think is right rather than, be subjected to what the mind wants. And that's where our meditation comes in.
Okay, so keep at it. And
unless the mind doesn't have that faith, beta, from within, it's not going to leave all these worldly pleasures. It's only when it starts tasting of that divine nectar within, only then will all these worldly things start becoming bland.
But then, meditation is also such a struggle. It's like, you advise us to enjoy meditation. It's sometimes you're like...
We make it a struggle, beta. We make it a struggle. When we are seeing a movie or we are seeing a TV show which we enjoy, is it a struggle to sit and see it?
No, not at all.
Precisely. But here, because there's a certain expectancy, because we are so used to sort of movement, we are so used to talking to each other, that's why we find it difficult to sit still and be quiet. So we become creatures of habit.
So how do you enjoy a meditation?
You just be still. Just sit down quietly and blank yourself out from everything else. Our problem is that, we've created this habit of the mind, this multitasking, doing 10 things at the same time. And then suddenly you are told, no, don't move, be quiet, sit still. So it becomes a contradiction. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. And Babaji, will Simran help? Because efforts at Simran and Bhajan are very poor.
No, it definitely helps. That's why we are told to start with Simran, because Simran, you are still doing something.
Okay.
Whereas in Bhajan, you're not supposed to do anything. So that's why you are told to start with Simran. So at least, you are channelizing your movement into something which is positive, which is giving you a certain direction. And eventually you will see, when you get into the habit of doing Simran, the Shabad just takes over.
Okay.
As the focus comes in, the Shabad just takes over.
Okay, and just the last question, Babaji. Sometimes, when I speak to you, it's like sometimes I forget what you say, or I don't catch it, or then I get confused.
Whatever is important to us, we can never forget. We will never forget what is important. So that's why we have to reset our priorities and see what is really important to us.
If it's spirituality, how do you motivate yourself to prioritize spirituality?
Use your logic. Why would you take a job where you'll never get paid? Why would you start a business which is doomed to failure? Why would you do something which is not going to help you further? So what is it that is going to go with you? That's your spirituality. That's your भजन बंद की. All this position, this money, these relationships, these are going to be left behind. So logically, if you see, if you have to go for a journey, you would always think that you will take what is important. You won't carry the full house with you, would you?
Okay. Thank you very much.
आज का सवाल जवाब वीडियो आपको कैसा लगा, अपने विचार हमारे कमेंट बॉक्स में जरूर दीजिएगा. वीडियो पसंद आने पर अधिक से अधिक लाइक एंड शेयर भी करें.